Hi everyone, this is Killshot 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 13, Bold Predictions. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. This is a very special broadcast, and I'm just going to go back and I've been reading a lot of comments, and I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you, this group, this network, and I don't do well with loss, but I got a message earlier today, and many of you have seen that on Facebook. One of our Patreons, one of our subscribers, and one of our family passed away last Friday, and I went back and I just read through a lot of comments because we have a lot of people here, and I just wished I could comment to each and every one and respond to everybody personally. And there were some comments I had, but I remember last week doing a comic book read, and the first person there was Kimberly Smith, and it said, "I'm so looking forward to this, and I could listen to your streams all day long." And you just don't know that that's going to be the last stream that someone takes a part of. So I would like to just dedicate this stream to Kimberly Smith, and also I want to read a comment that her daughter posted on our Patreon page. My mother, Kimberly Smith, was an active member of this group. I'm sorry to have to post this here, but I don't know a lot about how this stuff works. She absolutely loved The Walking Dead and had so much fun chatting and doing whatever she did with all of you. I think that's the part that kind of melted my heart when she said whatever she did, because sometimes I don't even know what we all do, and that's part of the beauty of our streams. I would walk by all the time, and she was doing what she said was a super chat, and she would be laughing and having so much fun, and I wanted to thank all her friends. So thank you so much for that. All right, we are going to move on. I want to give a super chat shout out to Valar. Valar says, "Hello, 99 Army, Kill Steph, Emmy, Kill, Sweet Tommy, sponsors, Patreons, and of course, all of the super chatters." And we're going to get into tonight's episode. The show does definitely go on, everybody. Tonight, we are going to be doing a second stream. That is going to be at 9:30. We're going to be doing our 5 best scenes from last week. We're also going to be doing a complete recap of last week's episode. So we always have a lot of fun with that. I posted on the Patreon site some surveys and some polls and some comments, so we're going to incorporate that into our stream as well. And I do have a special announcement to all the Game of Thrones fans. Yes, I know many of you watched the trailer. So we said we were going to wind down Thrones until we started, but I lied. We are going to actually do a Thursday Thrones tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So those of you that are really, really hyped up and want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it here. So we got that to look forward to, and of course we will do the spoilers. So that's what's going on the next couple nights. So once again, let me just kind of recap. This stream at 8 o'clock, 9:30 tonight, the best scenes. Tomorrow night, Thursday Thrones, will be our reaction video. Then spoilers. We're going to do a quick video on Friday, so it will not be a double shot. And then we will be doing our Freestyle Friday on Saturday. Only I have to shift it up and change it up a little bit because I'm going to be seeing Captain Marvel on Friday night. So if you guys want to talk about that, we'll talk about that over the weekend. All right, let's and thank you so much, Emmy. I appreciate that, and I'm going to find out some more details, but definitely appreciate you highlighting that comment. And it says, "We will miss you, Kimberly Smith. Thank you for being a part of our family." And if you guys want to go back and look through some videos, and you can go into your YouTube and you can search by name and by comments, and you can see some of the wonderful things that people say. You can also search and see some of the not so wonderful things people say on our videos. But I did spend some time going back and reading, and I will tell you that, the passion and the love for The Walking Dead from Kimberly Smith was amazing, and it did. I got choked up quite a bit because there was just a lot of personal compliments, and I could tell not only was she a fan of The Walking Dead, she's a big fan of me and a big fan of each and every one of you, and that's a very, very humbling situation. So thank you for that as well, Emmy. All right, everybody, let's get into some bold predictions for this week's episode. So as you guys know, there's some sites out there. Some are spoiler picks. I'm not talking about Spoiling Dead fan page, but also on Skybound, they post some of the stills. And I'm going to make a bold prediction that is going to go beyond episode 13. Do you guys see a love connection going on here between Daryl and Connie? Am I the only person that saw a little bit of that? You know, one's shooting a slingshot and one's shooting an arrow. Is this finally going to be Daryl's love interest? Because I'm thinking, yeah, I think there is definitely a bond there. You know, the couple that goes out and kills walkers together stays together. What I hope is that she doesn't get roughed up by any whispers or by Beta this week. So, you know what? I'm just going to do a weird, before I get into a bold prediction survey. If you had to pick one for Daryl to lose this week, would you rather he lose Dog or would you rather him lose Connie? If one died defending Daryl, which one? I know you're going to say neither, but if you had to pick one, you think Daryl should have a long-term friendship with Dog, or do you think if Dog were to die saving him and Daryl could move on and be with Connie? That's a tough one, isn't it? Lose the dog, lose Connie. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I asked you guys some strange ones. I think that was part of Kelly Smith, Kimberly's daughter. I think that was part of her comment where she said, I would walk by and she would super chat about whatever you guys do there. Nobody knows what it is we do here. So some people can't even choose. I'm sorry to put you on the spot there. Wilson, thank you for that super chat. Wilson, we will miss you, Kimberly Smith. Thoughts and prayers from over the pond. You guys got to know, this is an amazing group of people. We are Walking Dead fans, but some of the comments and some of the interactions and some of the support you guys have for each other just absolutely blows my mind. And, you know, let me say this, and during this stream, we probably are going to go back and forth because this stream is dedicated to Kimberly Smith. But if there's one thing that I can say, appreciate the dialogue that you have with each other. Just enjoy it. You know, there's too often that, and we try to prevent trolls, right, as much as we can. But when somebody says something and you don't agree with it, try to figure out why you don't agree with it, or where the common ground is, or what healthy debate is all about. Not like anger and animosity and that's a dumb idea, or I don't like your comment. I mean, that, you know, that's the type of thing it's so divisive. And I think when you have that perspective and you start looking at it, and especially from my chair, because I see everything. I can't really focus in on everything that you guys type, but I'm involved in everything that you guys type. So I feel a personal connection to almost 90,000 people. And I wished I could, you know, have a one-on-one conversation with kind of each one of you. When you do bring up a topic, I just want to zoom in and just talk about that one topic. But obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, it's going to be an emotional stream, everybody. So, but we're super, super tight. So let me move on to the next bold prediction, because we do got, it's some great English I got working with you guys. We do have bold number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the pick here. Thoughts on this particular picture? Beta ready for some serious revenge? Beta seems to really care about people. Family? What do you guys think? Revenge, but who is this dude? Fellow whisperer that happened to get attacked. He cares about his people. But is this just his people, or is this maybe a relative, maybe somebody cares about it a little bit more. Might make it personal. E-Beach, kills us so right. We are one family. Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate each and every one of you. Dead on Leprechaun, super chatting it up. Thank you so much, Dead on. Appreciate that. I have not even mentioned Tara's name yet, and he's already super chatting it. So just for you, I'm going to say Dead on Leprechaun with the Tara timer. Timothy Lamore could be his son. You know, Beta already has a whole different gear by defending Alpha. So I think Beta just made it personal, and we're going to see something even more ruthless than we ever thought. That's one of my bold predictions. We got June Smith. I love the 999 family. You guys make my day. Kim was a sweetheart, and she will be missed. R.I.P. DNC forever. Thank you. She was absolutely a sweetheart. And I know all of you don't know everything about each other and everything that everybody types, but she was very active in streams and also very active in comments after the videos were posted. And never, ever had a bad thing to say, and used a whole lot of emojis. Like a lot emojis. My emoji game is weak. So, Beta certainly has a collection of attire. Kind of some callbacks to different characters, I think, throughout The Walking Dead. But we got a little bit more. Because the pictures do say, not spoilers, these are pictures that are stills that are posted, that we're getting closer and closer to that all-important, that highly dramatic, that moment we've been waiting for. You know what I'm talking about. TWD Red Fair. And they are coming from all around. So if you think about what we do with our theories, where we funnel, this is extremely ironic. Because when you funnel a theory, you're weeding some things out, right? But it starts out with a wide base, and it just kind of funnels down to what could be called a choke point. Now, I think choke point is a very interesting term because it's going to be relative to many things. The choke point is possibly where the highwaymen roam. It's where a lot of our theories kind of come together at a choke point. But not just the place where the highwaymen are roaming around. What do you guys think is the other choke point? Where everything is going to end up and where everything is going to go down. At the kingdom, right? The kingdom, because everybody is going to be there for this fair. Even people that shouldn't be at the fair. See, this, if that's not the writing on the wall, if that's not the biggest, boldest prediction. You know how fate just sort of sometimes puts you in the wrong place at the wrong time? So that whole conversation that Sadiq brought up and Aaron was involved in, where they gave Michonne the guilt trip. And then they took another vote. And guess what? Now there's going to be people from Alexandria at the Red Fair. They shouldn't have been. And didn't Aaron say, man, I hope we don't live to regret this? Nature correcting itself. I like it. I like it. So, Alexandria, who would not have been represented and would not have been at risk, is now at risk. We got Earl and Tammy. The blacksmith is on his way, and we know they're on their way because we saw a picture of Earl and Tammy. Tammy holding her nice new Whisper baby. That's going to get her in trouble. There's also a nice sneak peek. I'll say sneak peek still, because it's not really a spoiler pick, of Carol and Nabila standing out there so proud that the fair is back on. That's bad news. Bye, Nabila. Tammy's going to go. Nabila's going to go. But there's some other thing that goes down here too. And I haven't figured this one out, so we're going to make a bold prediction based on this. There is a tree down in the middle of the road. Now, we've seen this before, right? We saw this when Negan and Eugene were slowed down. So now we got Tara, we got a few others, and it looks like, I don't know if it's meant to slow them down, but it definitely is going to slow them down. So the question I have for you, are the Whispers going to slow certain people down so they don't get to the fair in time, so the other group is caught off guard? Or, yeah, could this be highwaymen? Could this be two groups at work at the same time? Maybe the highwaymen, you're not going to pass here. That it's them that's going to slow them down. I could see a couple things in the works. But look, there's a lot of Whispers out. Now, there's a lot of dead Whispers, too. Because Daryl just led some walkers there. And Beta's after one group. But I don't think Alpha is staking out the fairgrounds yet. Or the kingdom. I feel like if Beta and company are chasing Daryl, Alpha's probably got another group wreaking some havoc somewhere else. Because it does look like Alpha and Beta will reunite before the fair starts. If that picture of the two of them out there is prior to the Red Fair. Deborah Farrell wants to know, could the two groups be working together? Deborah, the Whispers don't strike me as a group of people that is open to working with other groups of people. So I'd say probably not. That would just be my stance on it. But with that being said, there is a rumor out there. I'm going to give you a rumor that has not been disproved yet. So if you guys don't want to hear this, because this very well could become spoiler, Wilson, a few others that definitely don't like spoilers, I'm just going to bring it up again. you might already know the information, but I will classify it as a rumor. But the last few rumors that have been brought up in this regard have been validated. They have become true. So I'm going to spend 30 seconds. So those of you that don't want a possible spoiler, step away for the next 30 seconds. Just don't listen. And I'm going to go through in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Don't type this in comments if you could. At least not the name. So the rumor is that Sadiq is a traitor. And that Sadiq will cut a deal with the Whispers. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because those of you saying that the Highwaymen could be working with the spoilers, yes, that would be a possibility. If the Sadiq thing is true, then there's the chance. But personally, I would not trust them. Even if I cut a deal with them, I wouldn't trust them. All right, that's about 30 seconds, guys. So let's just kind of keep that amongst ourselves. So, Janet Person, kills. Do you think Alpha will kill someone, steal their clothes, and wear it to the fair as part of a disguise? Yeah. Yeah, I meant the Whisper. Sorry, guys. I'm going to be on about 75% of my game tonight, just so you guys know. I got you. Thank you for that. And I was just trying to rush through it because I know people want to come back to the stream. I don't think so. Gouche says Whispers and Highwaymen are the same. I think they're two separate groups. I think the Highwaymen have been around for a while. I am interested in this choke point, though. If it is the Highwaymen that want to be paid a toll, or if it is the Whispers at work just trying to slow various groups down. And it does seem like there's enough of them that could happen. All right, so let's get some really, really bold predictions. Because we haven't seen any major death on the show, second half. Alpha killing some of her own. I mean, Alpha has the most kills. She killed her husband, and then she killed the girl. So let's get a bold prediction. Any big death predictions for this week? Could Connie be one this week? Could the writers just say Daryl is forever going to be alone and Connie dies saving Daryl from Beta and then Daryl gets captured possibility? No? No chance that could even happen? Not even a little bit? If it's a crowd favorite, nobody ever agrees. Natalie's like, I hope not, I like her. Henry is safe for at least 2 more episodes. Lydia captured by Beta. Damon, Alpha's not going to kill Ezekiel this week. No chance. Not until at least 15. 15, certainly it's a possibility. So if it's not Connie, and look, I'm not cheering for Connie to die. All I'm saying is this week is going to be a big setup for the Red Fair. The only person that could die this week, in my opinion, would be Connie. Daryl's not going to die. Lydia's not going to die. Henry's not going to die. Beta's right around the corner. Connie could, make a bold move. So I'll put it this way. I wouldn't be shocked if she died. I don't think it's going to happen. But I wouldn't be like, oh my God, that there's no way that could have happened. I mean, they're in harm's way right now. Well, the only fights that we know of now, Aaron's not going to die this week. I mean, we haven't seen anybody else really engaged in battle. All we see is that they're slowed down. And we know Alexandria has a whole cart full of merchandise. Now, that would be like a hell of a thing, wouldn't it? If the highwaymen put the tree down in front of the cart from Alexandria that was going to the fair, and they hijacked themselves some goods, or they said, hey, in order to pass, you're going to need to pay the toll, and the toll happens to be all those crates of apples. That I could see happening. Then they just moved the tree out of the way. What's up? Hired help in the house. So, and I agree, Connie is the only one that could theoretically make sense this week. Because I feel like Daryl's got to be captured, Henry's got to be captured again, Lydia's got to be captured. I don't see Connie getting captured. But maybe they do. See, Dog escapes. And I'll tell you why Dog escapes. Daryl gets captured and Dog escapes. We got a super chat. Natalie says, maybe one in Tara's group on the road. Possibility. Who is in Tara's group? We'll have to go back. But I do think that would disrupt the story a little bit if they're on their way to the fair. Sheila Mack. Shout out please to June Smith. She's amazing. June Smith is amazing. June loves some Rick Grimes. June Smith's totally lost right now. That's all right. I'm gonna jump in here in a second for you, June Smith. I'm gonna catch it all up. It's gonna make sense. This is our bold prediction. Some serious super chats going. KCF super chatting. Thank you so much. I think Casey hit the button before a comment though. So moderators, you guys can do me a favor and just let's keep an eye out for Casey's follow-up comment. There's some unbelievable people in here. And Casey, I went through at least 50 comments this afternoon, and I absolutely was as well. I don't know if I've ever read more positive comments for the show or for the group of people, the Army. One of the comments that Kimberly had wrote was, I'm so excited to be a Patreon. I want to become a 999 Army General. Love supporting the channel. Some of the comments on Patreon about, when I went through the loss with Morris, just some really, really unbelievably amazing, nice, wonderful gestures. And absolutely wanted to do this stream for her. And they're the toughest streams to do. What do you do? You can show your love and respect. I could have canceled the stream, and that would have been the worst thing I could have done. But I figured the best way to honor and the best way to pay tribute to somebody that loved what we did and was a part of our, and I know a lot of you guys interacted with her and interact with each other. But the only thing that we could do is keep that fire burning. But thank you for that. June, I'm gonna try to make it make a little bit of sense. And I don't think we're going to lose someone major this week on the show. But I think the fans' threshold for getting kind of to it, like for major events to happen, I don't think we have a whole lot of time. Like, I don't think they can keep going and keep going and keep going without a major event happening on the show, like the Red Fair. And the longer they put it off, the bigger deal this is going to be. Now, last week was just, I think, a sampling of Alpha and Alpha's cruelty. This week, would it be a shock if we lost Connie? Connie's not a major character. It would be definitely a step up from Alpha taking out one of her own last week. We wouldn't like it because we like Connie, but it wouldn't be of a Ezekiel nature or a Tara nature or Rosita nature. But of the 4 people in a showdown with Beta, now, let's look at the flip side of this. How many times can Beta show up and not kill somebody before we lose faith in Beta? So, you see, it kind of works both ways. We can say that, all right, well, Daryl ain't going to die, Henry's not going to die, Lydia's not going to die, and Connie's going to play the hero. But then at some point we're going to look at it and say, all right, let's see. Beta showed up with Henry and just drug Henry back. Didn't kill anybody. Held the boyfriend there. Alpha did most of the work. Now Beta's on the warpath, and he failed again. I don't know. I mean, if Beta is in that situation, wouldn't you think that something's got to happen, like major? I mean, is he just going to beat Daryl up? I mean, eventually Beta has to be Beta. So, killing Connie and capturing Daryl, probably not the most unrealistic thing that could happen. Connie knocking him over the head with something and Daryl escaping, and I'm going to probably say, nah, this Beta guy isn't that big of a deal. He's not exacting any revenge. So, I don't think it's a major problem for the writers, but I do think it is something that we're going to have to analyze at the end of this week's episode. How was the introduction of Beta? Did it work? Or are they so worried about saving fan favorites? If you're going to make Beta a true villain, you can't save every fan favorite. Well, so Eddie, that would be cool, right? Daryl gives himself up to save Connie, but Daryl's not dying. So is Beta going to be a Whisper enforcer, a killer, or is Beta going to be a capturer? Is that going to be his thing? Like, okay, he captured Henry. All right, now he captured Daryl. I mean, when's the wrath gonna follow? Okay, so I'll play the other side of it here. Let's say Connie makes it. Daryl gets captured. Dog gets away, maybe. Runs back. Lets everybody know something is not right here. Could Dog be the one to actually lead them to the Whisperer camp? Possibility. Or we're just going to get a very filler-ish type of episode to move us a little bit forward. And then we're going to go to a flashback, and then we're going to get into the fair. Now, something has to happen to leave this episode as a cliffhanger. So we're going to wind down the stream in just a little bit, and I'll make some personal comments at the end of it. So I'm going to ask you guys for your bold prediction. It is not going to be all happy-go-lucky. I don't think the last scene of this week is going to be Carol and Nabila standing there saying like, oh, I can't wait for the fair. I think if they're going to skip us 2 weeks by going to the flashback, it's going to have to end on a very, very kind of cryptic note. And we got Walking Dead Nerd 13. Can't stay at work, but want to say we love you, Kimberly. And I love all of you too. And thank you so much, Walking Dead Nerd. And I really appreciate you guys and all the comments and us dedicating this stream to Kimberly Smith. What an amazing, engaging woman, and I appreciate. I hope her daughter is listening. We posted a lot of information today and a lot of beautiful comments on the Facebook fan page. And, of course, she posted on the Patreon site, and a lot of you guys responded as a Patreon. But I will tell you, at least 100 comments that I went through today, not even a remotely negative comment. It seemed like just one of the biggest cheerleaders. So, thank you for that. And before I jump into a couple final words, I'm just going to ask you guys, cliffhanger it now, right now. And also, do me a big favor. Can we get everybody in this stream, everybody watching the playback, give us video thumbs up. And for obvious reasons. Because it's such an amazing group, and it's a very important stream to me. So if you guys could do me one big favor and just give this a thumbs up. So I am going to say the cliffhanger is Alpha and Beta outside the kingdom with Alpha telling them, shh. Which probably means Daryl has been captured. I think Daryl gets captured at some point in this week's episode. He gets taken back. He's tied up. And then we don't know what happens to Daryl. But Beta meets up with Alpha, and the episode ends this week with them outside the kingdom. Then we get the flashback, and then in 15, we're going to get what goes down. You guys cool with that? Does that seem like a good cliffhanger? And I've got Sheila Mack super chatting. Rest in peace, Kimberly Smith. Thanks for doing this dedication. Thank you, Sheila, and a bigger thanks to each and every one of you. I really appreciate all the comments, and as I said, it's hard enough to be here typing. It's a lot harder to be behind a microphone, and because there's a couple times I just wanted to pause the stream and just say thank you, and but I think Kimberly would want us to talk about The Walking Dead too. So we did the best we could, right? We shifted topics a few times. We talked a little bit about The Walking Dead, and Kitty Cat super chatting and just highlighting, bringing more attention to the Smith family. American Pride, 999 Army, loves amazing, awesome group of people. So, and I will try to reach out to her family and her daughter, and see what we can do on behalf of the 999 Army. I'm sure there's a lot of things going on. It's her daughter. I mean, you guys know how these things go. There's a lot of planning. There's events. There's things that happen, and I think this was the best we could do at this moment. But if there's something we can do in the future, I'm going to see what I can do to kind of reach out. And her first priority might not be checking Patreon messages. I mean, you guys, but we'll send something as a group. So, thank you, everybody. Tough stream. But those of you watching the playback, also do me a big favor. Subscribe, hang out with us. You won't find a better group of people. I don't think just on the Walking Dead forums, but just a better group of people anywhere. So, Goucher, thank you so much. And Angie Homan, thank you. And I will keep you guys posted as soon as I hear something back. Hopefully, maybe I'll get a response. But if I don't get a response for a week or two, then we definitely want to do something on behalf of the 999 Army and the Patreon Army, and all of our channels and all of our support. Thank you so much, June Smith. All right, everybody, we're going to wind this thing down. Wow, so much support tonight. We will be back here at 9:30. E-Beach, let me look into that. And if there's any way that I can get into, and you guys also, I want to say this, that a lot of stuff that we do, because of the nature of Facebook and because of the nature of YouTube, is I know what you guys want me to know. So if you have your own name, I don't have addresses, and obviously this was who she was, not just from a fake name or anything, because I did get the reaction from her daughter as well. So it wasn't a pen name or a code name. Thank you so much, June Smith. June Smith says, we love you, Kills, and I can tell you, I love each and every one of you. You guys are absolutely amazing. So let me do some due diligence to see what I can find out without going overboard, invading her privacy. But if I get a response, I will certainly let you guys know. And for now, I think this was the best we could do based on the circumstance, is to do a stream dedicated to Kimberly Smith and just let everybody in her family know, or everybody that knows her on a personal level, that we miss her. So thanks so much, Angie Homan. Appreciate that. And just out of respect, guys, I'm not going to do any shout-outs tonight. I'm just going to do one big shout-out, one big shout-out hug, and say, Kimberly Smith, I truly miss you, and I miss your comments and your interaction and your engagement. And I'm just sorry I couldn't take more time and respond to you more personally on every single comment, not just some of the comments. But I did notice that a lot of streams, you were the first person in the stream on a lot of occasions, especially you were always there during my silly comic book reads. So thanks, everybody. I'll see everybody at 9:30. Peace.